Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 29 of our Journeyman series here on Football Coach College Dynasty. We are beginning the 2033 season ranked number 2 in the country with an offensive talent of 86, good enough for 12th in the country, but a defensive talent of 90, good enough for second. You would think that would average out to like a seventh in the country, but we are second. It should also be noted Ohio State, that is the number one offense and defensive talent, is down there in fourth, which was a little rough for them. If you missed the past couple videos, I highly recommend you go watch them. Episode 27 of which contains a run through the playoffs to the national championship game with a showdown against Tennessee. Last video, I went through the transfer portal, and in reality, we didn't really have that many transfer players come in. The big notable one is running back Ivan Calhoun, who gives us a more sort of power back edge, solid ball security, great ball carrier vision. Redshirt sophomore, so we're going to have him for 3 years ideally. Very, very good running back. Other than that, no real, high impact transfers are going to be coming in. For the recruits, we did manage to secure 5-star quarterback Philip Cato. Let's go with Cato, who is just all around solid, passer, but nothing really like he's going to have 100 arm strength. I doubt it'll get that high, but really good. There was an argument that I could potentially play him as a true freshman and we'd be good to go. But currently, our starting quarterback is Christian Campbell. He was a JUCO that I redshirted last year. He had to come in when Riley Newman was injured for 4 games, and he put up 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns, threw 2 picks, but at a QBR of 171. I think that's pretty good. And his ratings are similar to Cato's, except he also has great running ability, which will help our option game. I am treating this like a one and done season with Campbell, where I think I will cut him after this season to play Phillip, and that will let Christian get, use one more year of eligibility to start somewhere. Because realistically, I don't think I should waste a year of Phillip behind Christian. But you never know. We'll see. I did forget to do this in the last video. We did lose a decent amount of impact players to the transfer portal last year, one of which was Nehemiah Brewer, our running back, who has currently found himself on number 3 USC, where he is the third running back, similar to what he would be under me, except USC's running back room is much better. So best of luck to Brewer to get playing time there. Another transfer was backup QB Jason Walters. He transferred to Nevada, where at the moment he is on top of their depth chart. So Walters, who is with us, is now going to play for Nevada, which I think will be really cool. I forgot to look. Do we play Nevada this year? Yes, we do. So that'll be an exciting game. So cool to see those guys get opportunity. Before we get into things, let me take a quick scroll down to the donor goals for this season. I think we'll be able to secure all of them with one big exception. Diamond Donor, I guess, had a bad day in the stock market and was broke. Like this 1.3 million, that was the most he could offer. So 1.3 million convert 5 fourth downs total, which we should easily get. Thomas Pandy, 3.75, beat San Diego State. That's always been his thing. Bronze, 1.5 win against either Oklahoma, Maryland, or San Diego State. Another bronze, 3 million, will win 12 games. Bronze, 3 million, beat San Diego State. And then this is the one that I doubt we'll get. but you never know. Have a safety earn All American honors. I have never had a safety be an All American in any of my saves. So, yeah. And then 1.5 million hold opponents to less than 165 rush yards per game. I think all of these we should get. I mean, if we beat San Diego State, we make, just over $8 million alone from 3 goals. So that should be fairly simple. We only have one player promised this season, and it is to Christian Campbell that he get 225 total pass and rushing attempts, which he'll get with ease. Depending on how this season is going, I will be tempted in some of like the Mountain West games where we should win by like 30 points to maybe play Phillip, give him a couple games to see if he is ready to play next year, but we'll see. We shall see. Last things last, the coach's office contains the names of all the players that are thinking about the draft, and it's quite a few. There are 6 players here. Every single one, with the exception of Jason McDonald, is leaning toward the draft in one way or another. Um, it does look like Emmanuel Haynes and Pierce Ray will be staying because they're leaving if they go in the early rounds. Medina is on the cut line, and Tucker is in the early round projected, so we should get them back. Preston Diallo wanting to leave is a bit hurtful. I mean, he's a pretty young guy, really good wide receiver, and yet he wants to leave because the 7th round, I guess, is preferable to winning the national champion. Whatever. So that's a little behind the scenes stuff. Our schedule this year, we open at number 13, Maryland. Have a run of Mountain West games before we are home against number 1, Notre Dame, in a rematch from 2 playoffs ago. And then Mountain West games before home against number 7, Oklahoma. And then we finish with a run of Boise State, San Diego State, and UNLV. I did make the comment that if we beat San Diego State again, I think I'm going to switch my rival to Air Force. Because if you look, I mean, it hasn't been a competition since I got here. I've won 5 times in a row. The last 2 have been close games, 3-point victories, but, regardless, we've been crushing them. And so I don't really count it as a rivalry. Whereas if we find Air Force, them, it's been, oh, that's Colorado State. Theirs, it's been a little bit different. They beat us year 1, then we beat them. They beat us last year, then we beat them again. That could be more interesting, but we'll see how it goes. It also helps that we've met in the Mountain West Championship 3 times when I've been here, and then 4 times total. So I think that's kind of cooler than blowing out San Diego State every year. But we open against number 13, Maryland. Their quarterback, redshirt sophomore Levi Wood, who has transferred twice. Credit to him for getting an insane amount of. He got injured, surely. Yeah. Okay. I was like, Pitt paid him 4.3 million, then was a backup. So I guess he got injured, didn't play at Pitt after that, and then just said, "Hey, I'll make 4.8 million." Well, good for you, JUCO guy. Looks like he has a cannon, but he can't really run, which I am okay with. How's your running back room look, Maryland? Ooh. Marcus Fong looks pretty good. Caesar McCartney's pretty good. Then it falls off a bit. All right. So in that case, we're going to work on stopping their downfield passing and our downfield passing game, since Campbell is our new starting QB. We'll see how he does. We're favored by 7 points. Maryland has 1 recruit visiting, 4-star wide receiver Dean Lamb, who looks pretty good, to be fair. So far in the sim, we play each other twice. We met them in the first round of the playoffs 3 years ago, beat them, and then scheduled them out of conference last year, and they beat us by 3. And that was our first loss of the season. It was also the game where Diego Boston missed 3 field goals, but we're just going to put that aside for now. We will defer as is our wont and begin the 2033 season. Let's rock and roll. And on the first play, Gavin Wren forces and recovers the fumble. We get a turnover. All right. We have the mandate of heaven. We will now go undefeated. Huzzah. That said, Daniel Tucker just went backwards. We might have to, peel back the huzzah. Well, that went from elation to just tragedy in a heartbeat, didn't it? All right, Landon Montes Dioco is getting big reps this season after an insane development hit. 3rd and 12. Yeah, they punt. Now we have the ball with pretty good field position. One of the weaknesses, quote unquote, from our team last year was our running game definitely took a step back. So hopefully we can get back to our old ways. As we convert the 3rd and 6. Thank you. A sack isn't great. There we go. Calhoun gets us the first. We're at the 6. And Johnny Huber with the touchdown pass. What I was thinking about cutting Johnny Huber. Yeah. Yeah. Anywho, we take an early 7-0 lead. Our defense doing very well, I say, and they allow 3 straight plays of 10 yards. Cool. Cool. They're lining up in the pistol a lot, which fair, I guess. Hey, Jared Wells. There's 2 Jared Wells. Well, okay. This is the Jared Wells Bowl, evidently. I didn't think it was possible for 2 players at the same position to have the same name. That's kind of crazy. Daniel Tucker gets me 0 yards. We're doing great. Ivan Calhoun gets us nothing, but Christian Campbell scrambles for a first down. That is something that we'll be able to do this year. Since last year, Rylan Newman was not a running QB by any stretch of the imagination, Campbell has the ability to run a little bit, which will be good. But we punt. Nah, they convert. Uh-oh. They are in the I formation, which a little interesting. All right. They missed the field goal. Let's see if we can actually do something here. Well, the read option went backwards, but we convert the 3rd and 9. Never punished. Oh, we've been punished a little bit. There we go. 22-yard pass to Johnny Huber. Man, I'm going to go to normal. There we go. Moises Meyer, 3-yard touchdown run. We're up by 7. Landon Montes Dioco with a big sack. Thank you, sir. The second half begins, and we get the ball. How nice is that? Jesus, Kelly with a 23-yard pass. Is that our first, tight end catch today? Yes. Joaquin Wilder is just never going to get the ball, and it's really kind of sad. But that's fine. Campbell scrambles. Uh-oh. Moises, I kept you over Nehemiah, and now you go backwards. Giovanni Boyle touchdown off the slant. Thank you. Oh, bad call to do an all-out blitz. All right, 3rd and 7. They don't convert, and they miss another field goal. I'm surprised they didn't, try to run it more to make an easier 4th down. But alas, we convert the 3rd and 8. We're unstoppable. Even the speed option worked. Craziness. Yeah, play action. No. All right, it didn't work. We have to sell for a field goal, but I think the way I was about to say, the way our defense is playing, we should be okay, and then they gave up that. All right, it is suddenly a 10-point game. Oh boy, how quick was that drive? 2 minutes 18. Oh, vey. This is why we can't have nice things. And Campbell is sacked, 3-and-out, and they have the ball with a really good field position. Not good. They're going for it on 4th-and-1. Respect. And they get it. All right. But they have to punt all the same. Okay, that was good. Because it also wasted a little bit of time. Now let's see if we can just kind of run the ball out. 39-yard pass to Gio Boyle. Thank you, sir. And then Ivan Calhoun, 17 yards to the end zone. That should do it. The backups are now in on defense. And Javier Goody, the transfer corner, forces the fumble and recovers. Thank you, sir. That also means Keith Fields is in at quarterback, which is a terrifying reality. But he gets the conversion to Jermaine Pugh. Thank you, sir. Now we're just kind of run the ball out here. 3rd-and-9. Screw it. Let it fly. Well, there goes that. All right, we beat Maryland 31-14. We got them a turnover, which feels a little silly, but it's okay. We won. I think our running game, Calhoun did really well. Daniel Tucker, 16 carries, 24 yards. That hurts. That hurts me emotionally, but Campbell crushed it. 223 yards, 2 touchdowns. Good day for the receiving corps also. And then obviously forcing 2 fumbles on defense. We'll take that. And we'll like it. So that works. All right. Overall, great start to the season. No doubt victory over Maryland. I feel a little bad for Keith Fields that that he threw that interception at the end, but it's fine. And we dropped 3? I'm sorry. You're telling me that OSU beating South Carolina, Alabama beating Purdue is more impressive than me beating number 13 Maryland? Someone explain that one to me. Though I imagine this is the game course correcting because OSU and Bama have much better talent than me. I imagine that's what that is. All right. So I did a little bit of recruiting off stream just to fill out the target list a bit. We are in on a couple 5-star guys, including JUCO linebacker Riley Neal, who would become like our best defensive player if we can get him in the building. We're already, 1,300 ahead on Bama, but they haven't offered him a scholarship yet, so who knows? Ricardo McLeod, you can join the Oklahoma contingent. Randy Fisher, you can also join the Oklahoma group. Salvador Lane, well, we just beat the other team, so you can join Notre Dame. Hunter Decker. What position was he? Linebacker? Okay. You can be the Boise State group. And Aaron O'Connor, who he's the QB I'm kind of interested in. He's not great, don't get me wrong, but he's got A- potential and his IQ is already really solid for a recruit. Figure I might as well take a shot on him. And you can join the Oklahoma group. All right, that's all for that. At the moment, in terms of points ahead, I think I'm ahead on everyone except Aaron O'Connor. So looking pretty good in the recruiting space, but a lot of these teams in second haven't offered scholarships yet, so a lot of that is subject to change. We'll see. Yeah, I don't think I really want to give Aaron O'Connor that great of pitches because, we don't need him. Like, I think he would be great and he would become probably our best backup QB that's not Philip, but, you know, kind of a luxury. So, in terms of recruiting, we're pretty spread out. We have a decent amount of seniors graduating and then juniors that are either going to want to transfer for more playing time or going for the draft. So, kind of a shotgun spread where I'm looking at two, three players at each position, with the exception of kicker, because trust me, if that's one position where we're set, it's this one. Boston's the kicker this year, and then Nathan Locke is going to redshirt and be our kicker for 4 years down the road, which we will take. Also, I'll just remember to redshirt him so the game doesn't do anything silly. Do I have to redshirt? No, okay. I thought I'd redshirt the punter as well. All right, we're going up against New Mexico, who famously haven't done great since they got their bull win, which is a little disappointing because they were on the up there for a bit. They lost to UC to open the season. They got Khalil Kelly at QB still, which is good. Though 2 picks in the first game is less than ideal. Why do I feel like they had a former player of mine? Maybe I'm going insane. But either way, this is one of the Mountain West games where if we don't win it by like 3 touchdowns, I will be legitimately surprised. I'm going to work on our rushing game in the practice just because Daniel Tucker was terrible. And we need to course correct that a little bit. New Mexico has 3 recruits visiting, including an okay looking wide receiver named Jordan Johns. You know what? I respect Eastern Michigan for scheduling this recruit week 1 against number 8 Stanford. I respect that. So far in the sim, we have beaten New Mexico every time I've played them, including the Mountain West Championship game a couple years ago. So this should be an easy win as these things go. We will defer, let them start things off, and then blitz them into oblivion. They converted on 3rd and 8, and Ricardo Thompson with the sack. Thank you, sir. They punt. All right, Daniel. 1 yard rush. There we go. He got 7. We're getting there. Now I'm just going to run the ball. Yep, and Moises Myers with the touchdown. Missed extra. Diego. You missed 4 last year. I need you to chill. The safety blitz did not work at all. Who got the sack there? Medina. Good for him. All right. Oh, and Daniel Tuckle fumbled, and they recovered it for a touchdown. Well, that turned on its head pretty quickly. So, all right, we convert the 3rd and 6, which is good. Wide receiver motion works to perfection. Convert the 3rd and 10. Okay. Daniel Tucker touchdown run. We're back. I should have gone for 2 there. That was a mistake by me, but our defense gets a 3-and-out, so it's fine. Man, I missed having a QB that can run in the option game. And Johnny Huber touchdown on the slants. All right. So far, doing pretty well. Looks like New Mexico's going to score on this drive, though. Maybe not. Jerry Chase sacked him out of it. Field goal. All right, I'm going to go back to normal tempo just in case we get something going here. Converted. Thank you. Oh, the play action boot wheel. Oh, and then Johnny Huber touchdown. My God. All right, I am going to use a timeout just in case we return the punt for a touchdown, which we did not. All right, well, we're up 27-10 at half, and so far they're averaging 4 yards a pass and 2 yards a run. Yeah. I think if we don't go on to win this game by like 20, something has likely gone wrong. 41-yard pass to Diallo. Thank you, sir. I ran it on 3rd and 8 and we still converted. What a world. And Daniel Tucker touchdown. There we go. Oh, that's who they had. Oh no, Franklin Summers. I thought I read Seth Summers. I'm blind. 3rd and 6, let's just run it. I think I could probably run it on 3rd and 12 and we'd convert at this point. That's just kind of where I'm at. And Christian Campbell runs it in off the option. This is one of the reasons why, like, my contract is up at Fresno State after this year. Part of me just wants to move so that I get back to playing competitive Mountain West games. Because outside of Air Force the past couple years, no one really plays as close. As Ricardo Thompson sacks Kelly, causes the fumble. Medina recovers. Thank you, sir. The backups are now in. Let's see what we got here. We converted the 3rd and 6 just by running it because we're awesome. Samuel Pankey, touchdown. All right, the backups are getting a lot of run here, which is good. I don't love the idea of trying the option with Fields. Ooh, I'll go for it on 4th down. All right, that's 1. How many do I need for the donor goal? 5. All right. Yeah, that shouldn't really be an issue. Lane Olson's getting involved, and Elliott Finch, the redshirt freshman, getting a touchdown rush on the end around. Now we're just styling on him. Engage 8 there on 3rd and 4 was a choice. Oh, they converted. I'll call a timeout just so I can do one more blitz. Hey, Matthew Finley gets the sack. That'll do it. All right. We beat New Mexico 55-10. That'll do. Our running game, we didn't run the ball that much with the guys, but definitely happy with Tucker. Campbell nearly at 100 yards on the ground, got a touchdown. Really, really good from him. He did have Tucker had the fumble, which, that is what it is. But 5 sacks on defense. They never had a tackle for a loss or a sack. That might be the first time that's ever happened. That actually is kind of crazy. All right. That's that. That is that. Next, we go up in the ranking. USC lost to Penn State. They dropped. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Anyone want to schedule? Hey, people want to schedule. Benson, you can join the Notre Dame group. Finch. Boise. Yeah, at this point, I'm just kind of trying to build out the other games so that I get complimentary visits. Competing with a lot of ACC and the remnants of the Pac-10 schools, which feels kind of odd. But who knows? You know what? You can come for the Wyoming game. You two can just roll on up and be like, hey, guys. Actually, no. Hold, please. Boise. So I get the complimentary visits. All right, that's it. Cool. All right, here's the just fundamental question: how hard is Marshall going for O'Connor? Oh, they offered money. Well, well. Hmm. Yeah, I'll do like an okay pitch, but I think we'll just keep it simple on that end. Some of these guys still haven't been offered scholarships yet, which, while it's exciting I'm so far ahead, that's pretty much the reason why. Is because if I want a player, I always just offer a scholarship as early as possible. San Diego State had their visit and it went pretty well. They beat Utah State and got almost 400 points. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. All right. Utah State. Talk to me. They lost against Texas Tech and then the aforementioned San Diego State game. They have anyone fun? Wyatt Mallory, two-time transfer, has not showered himself in glory. Stokes looks okay. Yeah, Stokes ain't bad, but again, this is one of those where if we don't win by 20, I'll be very surprised. That's pretty much where I'm at with the majority of our Mountain West games, with the exception of Air Force. Like, if we don't win by 20, something has gone wrong. The only time Fresno has lost to Utah State in this save is 2025, the Mountain West Championship game. So, I'm not too worried. It's obviously Tails because Tails never fails. Yeah, they got 6 yards against the blitz, and Ralph Gunn with the interception. We take over. Thank you, sir. And Jason McDonald over the top. 7-0 already. This could be a blowout, people. If you need time to go get a snack, now might be it. Never mind, they did a Hail Mary and got 30 yards. And Nicholas Unger this time around with the interception. And then Daniel Tucker, 56-yard run. Okay. I think Daniel heard me insulting him and just decided to try now. Hey, then they get a 56-yard pass. Their QB is averaging 21 yards an attempt. That's kind of crazy. But they settle for a field goal. Cowards. Campbell got sacked. There we go. Let's do some option. That worked. That worked. And Preston Diallo touchdown. So we're on pace to score 80 points. I don't think we'll get 80, but, it would be kind of fun if we did. But I think now I'm just going to focus on running the ball an obscene amount of times to just drain the clock as best I can. Walking Wilder 24 yards. And Campbell's picked. It's his first interception of the season. And Jared Wells. 60-yard punt return. That works. Thank you, sir. And Preston Diallo in the end zone again. They converted the 3rd and 6. All right, we'll just run the ball out here. Even on, I misclicked and simmed the 4 verts play, and Campbell still scrambled for a first down. Man alive. Preston Diallo again. 4 catches, 55 yards, 3 touchdowns. I have a sneaking suspicion that we're going to win this game. It's just a thought. I could always be wrong. That's kind of where I'm at as we stop them on fourth down. Now we just run the ball, hit him with the play action. Jason McDonald. Yeah, I think 80 points is out of reach, but 60 is in play as the backups go in. And Davin Waugh with touchdown reception. We're at 49. They punt again. Now we're just going to run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. And then Keith Fields play action. Oh, he handed it off. I was excited to see something here. No dice. We'll kick a field goal. All right. They turned it over on downs, to be fair, so we have a chance to get 60. First and goal at the 10. Dah. Second and goal at the 8. Corner post. Send it. Incomplete. All right. Well, we won 52-3. That was kind of sad, to be honest with you. Campbell 11 of 15, 147 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 pick. Keith Fields, his only completion was a 4-yard touchdown. Tucker did really well. Calhoun did great. No notes from them. Preston Diallo, Jason McDonald, have a day, sirs. But yeah, that's about as good as an offensive day we've had in a long time. Because part of me is looking at this situation being like, at this point, there's not many schools that would be like a step up because we have almost a guaranteed place in the playoffs every year by nature of how dominant we are against our conference and how like the games aren't close. And that does buy us some leg room. Ooh, Marshall offered more money? Wow. They must really want this guy. Which, I mean, fair enough. They do just some good offers. Maybe that's a sign from the game that he's a really good QB. But really, we don't need him. Like, Phillip is our succession planning QB. Either Khalil or Keith can be okay backups. But we'll see. Oh, UNLV had their visit with Cody. Yeah, they got 290. Not terrible. They lost the shootout to New Mexico, though. Not the best result any of us have ever seen. All right, so if you're keeping track at home, we have already satisfied one bronze donor goal because we beat Maryland. And the hold opponents less than 165 yards rushing per game. Currently, it's only at 72. In terms of a safety getting All-American, yeah, we don't really have that. Why is Jamison Poe? Oh, because he. Why is Jamison Poe? No. Nicholas Unger should be above him. Yeah, that should be flipped. Why is he playing so much compared to Sellers? I need Sellers to play. While I figure out that mystery, we have Hawaii. There's 1 and 2. They beat Boise State. Good for them. I mean, they have a decent defense at sacking the QB and getting turnovers, but other than that, there's not a lot here that you like. Robert Yu was their QB, the transfer from Illinois, who has already made $5.2 million. Good gig if you can get it. Not too afraid. Yeah, the Notre Dame game after this is just drawing my undivided attention, essentially. Are they still ranked one? No, they're three. Come on. Notre Dame. I wanted this to be a battle of number one versus number two. Doesn't look like it's going to be that. Well, we're projected to win by 24 points, which is pretty good. Dang, they have 10 recruits visiting. This is early, too. Okay. Okay, Hawaii. I accept your challenge. I respect it. I respect the bravado of having 10 recruits flown out to Hawaii or driven or sailed across the islands. All right, they opened with a 50-yard pass. That's about as successful as the team has been on the first play. No, but they missed the field goal. I was pulling for that field goal to go in just to respect the opening play. But no dice. Triple option. Sail it. I'm going to go for it on 4th and 2. There we go. As we discovered in the national championship game last year, Boston is capable of hitting like the 47, 48. Even I think he hit a 50. Let me fact check myself on that actually really quick. I think he hit a 50. No, I lied to you. Never mind. He can hit those, but I don't really want to count on it as Calhoun gets in the end zone. All right. There we go. We finally got our sack. And then they convert the 3rd and 12 anyway. Okay. Okay. Ah, they kept going backwards. That's disappointing. All right. Hawaii's kind of playing us close here. I say that. And then Giovanni Boyle gets a 56-yard touchdown reception. Well, I mean, their offense is doing really well against our defense. And then they get a negative 3-yard rush. I should just stop jinxing Hawaii. Because at this point, that's all I'm doing. Wow. He missed the 43-yarder. Diego, buddy. Sometimes you annoy me. And then Gavin Wren forces and recovers a fumble. Thank you, sir. All right, we converted the 3rd and 7. Let's flip to normal. There we go. At the 6. And picked off in the end zone, Jameson Jacobs. I mean, to be fair, we're up by 11, but Hawaii's playing us decently close. This could end up being a good game, which I'd be perfectly fine with. 4th and 2, yeah, let's run it. Moises gets us 9, thank you, sir. And we're at the 1. Daniel Tucker puts it in. There we go. We finally stopped them on that drive. It took a while. Convert the 3rd and 2. Yeah, let's run it. Duh. I'll take the field goal. Oh, and our defense gets a 3 and out. Yeah, that should do it. As Campbell gets sacked, maybe not. Never mind. Cool. Now we should be able to just run the ball out. Backups are now in on offense. They have burned all of their timeouts. There we go. So the box score isn't going to do Hawaii any favors, but in all honesty, I mean, we were 4th. They were 3 of 10 on 3rd down. We weren't that much better at 4 and 10. We just converted 2 4 downs. They got a turnover against us, but Their run game never got going, and we averaged 11 pass yards an attempt. So that's that's gonna hurt. Tucker, I mean, was held to less than 4 yards a carry, but they had no answer for Calhoun. Good day from our receivers. Yeah, 9 tackles for loss. Yeah, the score line is harsh, and I think that's mainly down to the fact that we just were able to pass it up and down. But they didn't do that bad. They did not do that bad. And we drop in the rankings. Oh boy. Oh no, Notre Dame. They lost to Louisville. We're now the ninth best offense, by the way. They lost to Louisville. Oh, Notre Dame. Oh no. Yeah, Notre Dame had 2 turnovers. Oh, they have a new QB, Avery Whitman. Oh no, he's injured. Never mind, they do not have a new QB anymore. Wait a minute, they're playing him through his injury? Yes, they are. He got injured week 3. Why does the AI do that when they play people through their injury? Like you're telling me Notre Dame doesn't have a great backup QB? Okay, by Notre Dame standards, these guys aren't great, but still. Like you're playing a guy through a major injury. 1 of 4, 2 picks. Okay. So this Notre Dame game just got very interesting since their starting QB is on one leg running out there. Okay, then. No one else wants to schedule a visit. No one wants to come dance. Uh-oh. Stanford just offered a scholarship or money? Scholarship. Yep. What's the interest district? Down by 1. USC offered money to Taylor, which is a shame because I really like Damon Taylor. Especially if Tucker leaves for the draft, Taylor is essentially like a 1-to-1 replacement. He'd be really, really good. He wouldn't play as a true freshman, obviously, but he would probably play as a redshirt freshman. Bama offered a scholarship, right? No, they haven't. Oh boy. Oh, and their visit is second. Does Neil want money? He does. All right, yeah, that one. This one, even though we're 1,500 ahead, that could get very close very quickly. Hmm. Dang. Okay. Okay. All right. So number 7 Notre Dame, as discussed, they're 3-1 with a loss to Louisville. Their QB is currently as fighting through a major leg injury. Their running back room, yeah, they still have this stupid guy who they weren't even playing. This is what annoys me. Like, Notre Dame gets this god in Lawrence White, and then they barely play him. I mean, they would have played him last year, but he had a season ending injury, but still. Man. Like, this dude isn't even going to play for them. What stupidity. Anyway. So, in that case, I think we're going to work on stopping their run and our running game. Number 7, Notre Dame. We are at home. I have 5 recruits visiting. And, the good news is Notre Dame is also interested, quote unquote, in Riley Neal. So if we win this, we'll get a big point boost, which will be great. So the reason I scheduled Notre Dame is because in 2030 we met in the playoff quarterfinals, and in my opinion, we should have won this game by how well we played. But unfortunately, we turned the ball over a couple times at the end, and that was that. We then avenged that loss 2 years later in South Bend. So we'll see how we do here today. We made them travel all the way from Indiana for this. They call tails, and it is, of course, tails. And they elect to defer. All right, that doesn't happen often. So we'll start with the ball. Chew clock is coming on immediately. 9-yard rush is solid. -2. Slightly less so. 21-yard reception to Kelly. Thank you, sir. Oh, we're already in the red zone. Notre Dame. What happened? Ivan Calhoun touchdown. That'll do. I forgot to do an all-out blitz. Yep, they're playing the injured QB. They're playing Whitman. I bet that means they go super run heavy. And the answer is yes, they are, and they're killing us. They converted the 3rd and 8. Man. Now they passed it at the 3. I thought they would have ran that. All right. I mean, how many times did they run it versus pass it? Yeah, they passed it 5 times, ran it 12. That's a me drive right there. 17 plays, 84 yards, takes 8 minutes. It's like one of my drives. No, the jet sweep didn't work. But DL got me 20, so it's fine. Good walking. Thank you, sir. There we go. Geo Boyle off the slant. We're in business. 3 and out. Okay, that's big. We need to score here and take advantage of the 3 and out. Convert the 3 and 1. Thank you, sir. There we go. 3rd and 6. I'm keeping shoe clock on. We converted. Man. All right. No dice. We get the field goal, though. That's something. We burned a decent amount of the clock. And we got the sack. Ralph Gunn. We have decent field position. Let's see if we can get into field goal range here. That was bad. That was stupid. I don't know why I ran it there. All right. That is that. 3 and out from our defense. Okay, we're looking. I had not finished the sentence. We're looking good. And then Campbell throws a pick 6. All right. Man. Okay. 10-point lead is now down to 3. We're facing a 3rd and 6. If we don't get it, we punt. Man. That's how we lost to them the first time. There we go. Edwin Cole, big sack. Eli Wynn with the sack, and they miss the field goal. That's crazy. How close were they? 1st and goal at the 8, 2nd and goal 14, 3rd and goal 15, 4th and goal from the 21 they missed. That's actually crazy. Big conversion there on 3rd and 4. Bad call for me to run it outside, but we convert the 3rd down. Okay. Okay, we're doing work. 3rd and goal at the 5. I'm going to run it. And Ivan Calhoun gets in the end zone. We're back up by 10. Man, without the pick 6, this isn't even a game. And that's what's infuriating. Defense gets another stop. Thank you, lads. I need to stop doing the end around and jet sweeps. Needs to be stopped. Let's run the ball. Just kill as much clock here as we can. Ivan Calhoun is crushing it right now. We'll take the field goal. And field goal, I mean, honestly, isn't great there because it's 10 points versus 13. But we did drain a lot of clock on that drive. Yeah, 8:38 off the clock. That helps. Safety blitz works. Landon gets the sack. Good on ya. That's what I get for doing cover 4 quarters. And Jamison Poe with the interception. That will do. We beat number 7 Notre Dame 27-14. Their offense only scored 7 points. They averaged 3.2 yards a pass. You're telling me the AI would rather play that at quarterback than one of their backups? Come on. Come on. Campbell, I think, had an okay game. 15 and 24, 171 yards. Did have the pick. Calhoun crushed it, but I mean, again, Daniel Tucker, 15 carries, 39 yards. Like, I need more from him. Gio Boyle got the touchdown, 5 sacks from our defense. They only got to us once. They missed the field goal, too. All right, there we go. We beat number 7 Notre Dame. They started the year ranked number 1. Now they have lost to both Louisville and yours truly. So I wonder where that puts them in the rankings now. They fall out of the top 10. Yep, down to 12. Man. All right. They're down to 12. We are up to 3. Did Oklahoma fall out of the Oh no. Oh no, Oklahoma. Though to be fair, number 3 USC, 6 Georgia to open the year is a rough double tap. That is rough. All right, let me look at the recruiting results here. We get between 1,400 and 1,600 points. Wow. Yeah, because it was a top 10 matchup, we got 200 no matter what. Because we won it, it's plus 400. Wow. Well, okay. Yeah, I don't think Alabama has the chops to beat that. And they might lose to Vandy, to be fair. Vandy's having a good year. So that's awesome. That's beautiful. I'm a happy man. I might do jumping jacks. No, we have taken the lead on Aaron O'Connor. Feels rough. Part of me feels bad for Marshall. But he also wouldn't really play at Marshall. I feel bad when I take recruits from like, mid-major, low-major teams that would play for them. But, I got to build out my team. And as someone who, my first ever save in this game was as Hawaii, as someone who played Hawaii, I get the struggle. I really do. All right. I mean, we're 5 games into the season. And it can only be said, crushing it without question, doing really good work. Yeah, still 78. I mean, yeah. How's the other side of the Mountain West looking? Ooh, Air Force is ranked 17th. Who they beaten? Mountain West, and then they beat UCF and Washington State. Ball State. Why? This is the second time this happened where like the entirety of the Mountain West schedules MAC teams out of conference. And I'm like, gee, I wonder why the Mountain West schools are never ranked high. Because we get scheduled a MAC. And even when we schedule them, we sometimes lose. All right. Speaking of losing, 1-4 Wyoming. Their only win, a 12-10 here to San Jose State. Other than that, they've gotten blown out and crushed. Oh no. That's a lot of red. They've only forced 2 turnovers the whole year, which means they're gonna get one against me. Let's be frank here. Billy Jacobs, if that ain't a Wyoming QB name. I mean, he's not that bad, honestly. Redshirt sophomore, he's gonna get 2 more development hits. He doesn't look bad. Don't get me wrong. He hasn't played well. But ratings wise, he doesn't look that shaky. What's the snap breakdown of my safeties? Okay, good. Since flipping them, it's been more. Any transfer risks right now? Yes. An entire army of guys. I'm going to have to deal with this every year with you, won't I, Edwin? Won't I, sir? How's Hugo done this year? 10 tackles, 3 pressures. Edwin, 6, 2, 1. All right. I'll flip them, but I reserve the right to regret that decision. And then my corners. So here's the thing with this corner group. I can very easily promise like all of them more playing time because I'm losing my top 3 corners. So I don't hate just promising all of them. Maybe not Derek Watkins, but Javier and Julio that, hey, the playtime is coming. But now that I look at this, let me see. So Evan Foster, he's allowed 5 of 10 targets. Ramon, 3 of 6. Javier, 6 of 10. Then Julio probably hasn't been targeted that much. 2 of 3. Never mind. You guys are staying just where you are. Lane Olson. I mean, I'm gonna let you transfer, dude. Like, if you want out, like, even if Daniel Tucker declares for the draft, I still have Ivan Moises and Samuel Pankey ain't bad, so I'm fine with that. Wide receiver Jarrett. I mean, like, I don't want to put him ahead of Johnny because Johnny's been doing really well this season. Wow, he has 4 targets, 0 yards. Hmm. For a couple games, I'll flip him, but I don't love it, to be clear. Any O lineman complaining? Bobby Logan, that's fine. Your pass block is a 60. D line, Kenneth Allison, which honestly, he should go somewhere else. Well, like realistically, he's a JUCO guy that I redshirted, and even though I'm losing Brock, Landon, and Eli, like, it might be worth letting him go. Ed, when I talked about corners and the safeties are all good. Okay. That is fine. Okay. Nothing too crazy in the transfer risks, I think. All right, going up against Wyoming here. I mean, we're just going to work on our rushing and stop being their downfield passing. That says 41. That is the biggest spread I've ever seen, I think. We have 1 recruit visiting, running back Braden Morse, who, I'm going to be honest, isn't very good, let's be frank, but he has A minus potential and his ball security is already a 76. So he's going to get 2 development hits by the time, he's a redshirt freshman. The ball security is probably going to be in the mid 80s. Hopefully the speed's flirting with an 80, and then you're kind of okay. So far in the sim, I'm going to be honest, It's not been pretty. Uh, Fresno is 6-0 against Wyoming. So we will flip the old coin. Wyoming wins, and they elect to receive. They're going 5 wide, and I'm doing a Thunder Smoke blitz. Didn't get it off in time. We sacked him. No. Who was the Uriel I had? I had a Uriel, but I forget his last name, which makes me feel kind of bad now. All right. Yeah, I mean, this game is just a question of how much clock can we burn as Gio gets a touchdown off the slant. We're up 7-0. They got a first down. We're washed. Oh, 2nd and 10. Third and 11, and we got a 36-yard pass on the go route for a touchdown. Oh, boy. I really don't like cover 4 quarters. I need to find a way to remove it from the playbook. I don't know if I can remove plays from the playbook, but if I can, cover 4 quarters is gone. I just don't like it. I feel like it gets burned a lot. They're going for it on 4th and 2. I respect it. And they get it. All right, they beat the Thunder Smoke blitz. No, but they don't get in the end zone from the 1-yard line. That's rough. Campbell is picked again. I think that's the 3rd straight game. They're already in the red zone, but they get a field goal. All right. Campbell is sacked. And a 30-yard pass to Kelly. That definitely helps. I'm going to call a timeout because I forgot about the clock. And Daniel Tucker gets us in the end zone. Cool. All right, nothing doing. Campbell, I need you to stop throwing a pick again. It's a simple request. The read option worked. I need to do that more. Oh, what sack number is that? 3? Their offensive line, they're doing 2 game. Ramon with the... They did 4 verts. I did a DB blitz. That could have been catastrophic for us if they get the pass off there. Even the jet sweep worked. We're crushing them. Gio Boyle again. We're up 28-3. And Ramon Knapp with another sack. You saying you best not be thinking of demoting me? Yeah, we punched. All right. Backups are in. See what they can do here against Wyoming. I'm anticipating complete and total domination. Or, in this particular case, Fields gets sacked and we have to... Huh? No. For some reason, I didn't see the made field goal. I got very confused there. They missed the 46-yarder, and we're back. No dice. We punt. I should have done all-out blitz there. Opportunity wasted. Dang. You know what, Wyoming? Let's do this. One final play. They got in, fair enough. I mean, they had timeout. I don't like at the end of games when the AI has timeouts and they let the clock run out when they're losing. Get some points for pride. Come on. So we don't quite win by the 41 spread that was promised. I think if we leave the starters in, we probably do, but That's fine. Campbell did well, but again, threw a pick. Tucker, sub 4, but he got the touchdown. Calhoun had probably his worst game so far. Samuel Pankey, 3 carries, 0 yards. He is wonderful. Boyle, 3 touchdowns. Good on him. 5 sacks from our defense. Johnny Huber, 337. Wells, 235 after I flip him. All right. That'll do. We are now 6-0. I hear that's pretty good. What I have just realized is since this is the final year of my Fresno State contract, in the no, okay, I'll address that in a second. Since in the coach carousel order, I will have to negotiate a new contract first before I get the opportunity to switch, which means if I want to go to a new school, I'll have to decline the Fresno State offer and potentially be out in the wind. It's fine. So Daniel Tucker is out for the rest of the season. That's bad, right? Rest of the season, I assume. 12 weeks, week 18. Yeah, I mean, no, he's out for the whole thing. Well, there is, like I said, is he still on the list? Yeah, I mean, he's still leaving if they're in the early rounds. If this was real life, I don't think Tucker would get drafted that high anymore because of his severe leg injury. But okay, so there's a chance that was the last snap of Daniel Tucker's college career. That now means Samuel Pankey is going to be our third running back. Everyone just kind of moves up. Lane Olson, I mean, he's going to get a little bit of playing time now that he's 4 instead of 5. But that really hurts that we've lost Tucker. That really hurts. And we had a recruit commit, and it was running back Braden Morse, who, as I discussed, he isn't great, but A minus potential, 76 ball security. Not bad. Could do a lot worse. So I am, though, I think more excited about. Let me find him. Where is he? Did I miss the other running back? Am I blind? Yes. Damon Taylor, I'm more excited about. He also has the A minus potential, but he already has 80 ball security. He's got good catching ability as well. Looks like USC won their game against Iowa, so they got 730 points. Okay. Yeah, it's a close one now for Taylor. And I'd really much like to get him in the building, if at all possible. But yeah, it looks like us and USC are fighting for like 6 recruits. It's kind of crazy. Cody Rodart may commit soon. That would be good to get him in the building. Help out our O-line. Though, as I think I said this, he's not good, like at all. There's a non-zero chance I cut him after like his red shirt season, not even his red shirt freshman year. Because, I mean, he's got low 60s in his blocking and strength. He only has B potential. So we'll kind of see how that shakes out. But that's really not good that we lost Tucker. Like, that hurts. I mean, Ivan Calhoun is really good. Moises Myers has also, I think, turned into a solid running back. But now things get a little shaky. My running back, I just didn't realize my running back room is going to be huge if Tucker stays. 1, 2, 3 plus 2 recruits is 5. Plus these fives, 10 running backs. Yeah, Lane, you're definitely gone. Oh boy, that's kind of crazy. That is actually crazy. All right, so we're still ranked 3. We don't move. Kentucky is ranked number 1. They just beat number 2 Georgia. They've also beaten 16 Auburn, 13 Texas, and 24 Michigan State. What is that strength of schedule? Number 2 in the country. Good on them. All right. All right. The top of the rankings are getting shooken up a bit. Air Force is still 16. Okay. Okay. San Jose State. They are 0-6. Yep. Yep. I mean, they lost to Wyoming by 2, and we just saw how bad Wyoming was. Their offense, I mean, is horrendous. Yeah, like they're the worst team in the country in points per game, yards per game, first downs per game. They're the worst offense in the country. They have an injured QB who may play, he may not. But man alive. Here's Holly, my former linebacker. Oh no, I didn't notice he had a season-ending injury last year, but I guess it was in week 12. Yeah, I mean, look, he's definitely playing more with San Jose State than he would have with me, so credit to him on that. But really, like, their defensive line is bad. Linebacker room, honestly, for their caliber of team is pretty solid up top. Yeah, they also have Corey Neal, who left me this past transfer portal. Yeah, I have a feeling this game could legitimately, we might win by 40. Because if they have the worst offense, that means they're going to get 3 and outs, and we're just going to burn the clock. And to their credit, though, they have 9 recruits visiting, including a QB that I looked into, Anthony Laws. Isaac Fletcher doesn't look half bad. Alexander Buckner also looks solid, but they're pretty far behind on him. Okay. So far, the sim, as you can see, it's never really been close. Yeah. Yeah. And they elect to receive. The wishbone. I am starting to understand why they have the worst offense in the country. I am starting to see the vision as they go 3 and out to open. All right, we go 3 and out too. Fair enough. And they punt. Oh, Pierce Holly gets the pass deflection on us. We punt again. Wow. All right, they're stopping us pretty good. Never mind. 33-yard pass to Joaquin. Thank you, sir. Jason McDonald touchdown. We strike first. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Now our offense has kind of come alive here. 12-yard rush from Moises. And Ivan Calhoun finds the end zone. Thank you. I'm essentially just all out blitzing on every play. And Jared Wells muffed the punt. Remember when he did that in the national championship game? I remember. That was terrifying. And they turn over on downs. That's one, though. If Wells muffs another punt, he's benched. Because you get one. You do not get. If you get a second fumble, I bench you. 32 at the 4. Let's pass it. Good call. Giovanni Boyle on the slant. Up 21 nothing, and they get a 44-yard rush on the RPO. Fair enough. I bet they pass it. They did an RPO and they settled for a field goal. I don't know why the AI would settle for a field goal down 21 at the 1 yard line. Like that to me doesn't make sense. Bad. Oh, they had a 20-yard punt return there. No, and it doesn't matter. Brock Michaels sacked him. Because at that point, there's no reason for the AI to kick that field goal instead of trying to go for 7. Because you're down by 21 versus down by 18. Not a lot of difference there. Stay punt again. And our offense has come alive as Moises gets me a touchdown. Thank you, sir. They punt. And that is that. The backups are now in. And Samuel Pankey runs it in for a touchdown. Good punt return from Jared Wells. Gets us 30 yards. Abraham Barrett. Well, not who I wanted running it on 4th and 1, but beggars, choosers, etc. So now we're just going to run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. And Abraham Barrett redeems himself with a touchdown. So I said we'd win by 41. We won by 38. So it was close. Honestly, 4-9 on 3rd down. Didn't convert the 4th down. Had the turnover. A little shaky, but we scored enough. Campbell, 12 of 16, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. Every running back got a touchdown, with the exception of I want to transfer out of here, Lane Olsen. Which is kind of funny. But first game without Daniel Tucker, I think our running backs did well. Boyle McDonald got a touchdown, which is good. Only 1 sack from our defense, but also we got 11 tackles for loss. That'll do. Their QB was 6 of 17. They threw it to 1 wide receiver 7 times. That's kind of funny. All right. Well, the massacre of the Mount West continues. Man. Oh, okay. So Christian Campbell is out for 2 weeks. In reality, 1 week, or 1 game, I should say, because of the bye week. So the question becomes, do I want to give Keith Fields the game? Do I want to give him the start? And the answer to that, I fear, is no. I think I'm going to rip the red shirt off of Philip, Mr. Cato, and he's going to get the start against Nevada. Good thing it's only a 2-week injury. Or else that could have been a lot worse. But hey, we have a recruiting commit. Linebacker Nicholas Stafford. Get in the building. He's going to really help out our sort of top depth, worst starter options at linebacker. If he gets a good development, he could become solid in coverage too. But good tackler, good block shed. Really solid option there. I mean, I'm going after a lot of linebackers because I'm losing Gunn, Thompson, Sylvester after this year. And then guys like Yates and Carpenter might want to transfer. Edwin Cole is going to complain and want to transfer every day. So I need to repay that. Did Bama lose? Oh, no. Okay. They beat Vandy. They got 1,000 points, but I'm still 2,500 ahead of them. That's hilarious. Ooh, Marshall's visit with O'Connor went well. They beat Appalachian State and got 775 points. Credit to them on that. They want this QB. Colin Houston might commit soon. Hopefully USC doesn't snipe us on him with that visit. If they do, it's not good. I haven't really even thought about offering any recruit NIL because I don't really need to, I think. Like the only close races we're in really are Damon Taylor and O'Connor. And Damon Taylor, don't get me wrong, I like, but I have a handful of running backs that are on the similar level as him. And we still have our visit. So I'm not that worried. And then Aaron O'Connor, I'm not paying money to. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a solid QB prospect, but he's not, you know, worth all that. Okay. All right, now that it is the bye, I'm going to do a quick check in of draft stuff. So it's still these six. So it looks like Diallo is gone. Ray and Haynes are going to stay. Medina is kind of on the fence. McDonald stays. Tucker, who knows? And these guys are complaining about playing time. Lane Olson can go. Bobby Logan can go. Kenneth Allison can go. Derek Watkins can go. Julio and Javier I'd like to keep. Edwin Cole I'd like to keep. I think that's the spread. All right, let's sim through the bye week. And we move up to number 1 in the rankings as Kentucky lost in double overtime to LSU. That stings. That stings. Also, Oklahoma is back to being ranked, which is good because we play them in a couple weeks. All right. So we started the season ranked number 2. We won 7 games in a row, and we're still ranked number 2. Fair enough. That is kind of funny, actually. How'd USC's visit go with Houston? Pretty good. They got 735, but I mean, they're still 1,400 behind, and I haven't even had my visit yet, so. Yeah, I mean, barring complete and total catastrophe, we should get every recruit on our target list. Maybe with the exception of O'Connor in case Marshall offers an obscene amount of money. But other than that, I mean, we're ahead on pretty much everyone. What a boring recruiting cycle this is. Xavier Bowen, by the way, if I get, and I assume I will, may play as a true freshman, depending on, like, let's say I lose Watkins. Nah, no, he wouldn't. Seth Rasheed would still be ahead of him. Okay, well, we're going up against Nevada, who, as I discussed, have our former QB Jason Walters at quarterback so far this year. I'd say he's been doing pretty good. I mean, 6 picks is a little ugly, but 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns. Running the ball wise, he has 225 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 fumble. I mean, yeah, hasn't looked that bad. 4 interceptions against UNLV is grim, but that's okay. And yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Walters, but I mean, his accuracy is a 69, his IQ is a 72. It's not great. But so far, what are they? They're 3-4. They just won 2 games in a row, though. Credit to them. But yeah, their offense, I mean, they're not great. Defensively, I mean, they're solid-ish against the pass. And they get a 20 sacks on the season, 14 turnovers. I mean, it's not terrible. Don't get me wrong, it's not good, but it's not terrible. They also have Leo Coleman, who was a transfer corner from us a couple years ago. So I think we're definitely going to work on our passing game because we have Phillip in at QB and stopping their run game. Since they're going to do a lot of designed QB runs. But yeah, Philip Cato is going to get Philip Cato is going to get this game. The true freshman, I think I'm going to give him the start and just see what he can do. I mean, he is our likely QB of the future, and odds are, I'll let Christian go after this season and run with Philip next year if I'm still the coach at Fresno State. Who knows? We are favored by 25.5 points. Nevada has 9 players visiting, a couple good ones. They're also in on Alexander Buckner, QB Lucas McCauley. I mean, he's got A- potential, but he's not going to be good. His speed is a 53, so that C- ball carrier vision does not matter at all. Then you're getting a guy with D- IQ. Not good. All right, so far in the sim, Fresno State's beat Nevada every year they played. Not been close. Flip the coin. And it is tails. We will defer. And Jason Walters playing against his old team. Let's see how he does. Couple incompletions and they punt. Fair enough. All right, Philip Cato in at quarterback. Immediately gets sacked. That feels a bit rude, lads. And a 15-yard touchdown pass. Thank you. We're on the board. There we go. Ricardo Thompson with the tackle for loss. Thank you. We're not going to be able to do a bit of our option game with Cato in, but so should be okay. 51-yarder. I am not going to attempt. We're going to do inside cross. 14-yard pass. Thank you, thank you. What's our run game right now? 8 rushes, 26 yards. All right. Gavin Wren with the tackle for loss. And they punt. Looking pretty good, but we need our run game to come alive. The curls work, and Phillip is sacked. But no matter. Hanky in the end zone. All right. And another 3 and out. I think this game is pretty much over. I think now what we need is just a consistent enough running game that we can just torch the rest of the clock. Phillip is sacked again, but we convert the third and 15. Ivan Calhoun gets in the end zone. Cool. Use a timeout in case we return the punt for a touchdown. We did not, to be clear. We did not. So far, well, Jason is 1 of 6 for 9 yards passing and has 2 carries for 7 yards. Have they gotten a first down yet? Yes, on their second drive. Oh, interesting. It counted the end of first quarter as a play there. Huh. But okay. I would say so far we're doing pretty good. The play action to Jason McDonald, we're so back. And Samuel Pankey, 11 yards to the end zone. Looking good. Hoy! Jared Wells, 60-yard punt return. Thank you, sir. May I have another? 38 nothing now. And Nicholas Unger with the interception. We're already in the red zone. But a field goal it is. Uh-oh, I got a 25-yard pass. Nothing. Nothing doing. Phillip is picked. Oh, Leo Coleman. Our former corner picks us off. Rude. And they settle for a field goal either way. All right, and now the backups are in. Keith Fields is going to get some run. He made the 47-yarder. That's good. Kenneth Allison with the sack, and Jamison Poe with the pick. Thank you, sir. Abraham, I need you to do something. There we go. Second and goal at the 5. Let's try the bubble screen. It got us 4 yards. Banky gets us in. Oh, they dropped what would have been a conversion on 4th and 6. That's a shame. All right, that is ball game. We beat Nevada 51-3. They only had 70 yards of offense. 70. They averaged 0.7 yards per rush. Walters against us, 5 of 18, 2 picks, 3 carries, 8 yards. Still happy you left, buddy? I mean, he probably is because he's actually getting consistent playing time. But yeah, I mean, Calhoun, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Pankey, 45 yards, 3 touchdowns. Looking pretty good. McDonald, 109 yards and a touchdown. They outsacked us, which is unfortunate. But no complaints. 51-3. Thank you. Good night. Our team is just so good. The game of football. I really hope in the playoffs we face Ohio State at some point. Because I want to see if we're the number 2 defense, what does the number 1 defense look like? Oh, no. But Phillip plays 1 game, gets a concussion. Oh, no. Okay. So that's, yeah, we're gonna move Phillip back to the red shirt. Christian Campbell's gonna play. Oh no, Phillip. Phillip got concussed. All right, Cody Sylvester going down means Carpenter and Yates move up, I think. Or do I want... Honestly, Dorian Little. Nah. I think I'll give you Yates a little bit of run. How long is Sylvester out for? 6 weeks. Ouch. Okay. So we're gonna see what the redshirt juniors in the back end can do. Edwin Cole also no longer a transfer risk, so we're down to 6. We at 7. We must have been at 7. Yeah, Kenneth Allison, I just don't think he's ever going to get the playing time he wants, which is fair, you know. I mean, Javier, you've allowed 10 completions on 15 targets. Like, what do you want from me at that point? I can't play you. Anyway. No recruiting commits, which is a bit annoying. Bama is no longer putting points in for Riley Neal. So we're going to get the 5-star JUCO linebacker without question. Our linebacker room, we're losing Ralph Gunn and Ricardo Thompson, two of like the best linebackers we've ever had. And we might have a better linebacker room next year, which is insane. Man, I don't really want to leave this team. That's honestly the thing drawing me back into this team the most is just how good our defense is. Like I like when you've built the second best defense, and on talent wise, we're tied with OSU. Who has a better strength of schedule? OSU, 44th in the country. Us, 92. God, the Mountain West sucks. Because that's a 92 when we faced 13 Maryland, 7 Notre Dame, and about to face 21 Oklahoma. Oh, the Mountain West is embarrassing. Oh, boy. All right. Oklahoma is ranked, which is good. They lost 3 in a row, but then they won 5 in a row to get themselves back in the rank conversation. I think I will save the Oklahoma game for the next video and we will see how that goes. I mean, overall, look, if you'd have told me we'd be 7-0, I would honestly be surprised because I figured we were going to take the loss to Notre Dame, but they had an injured QB, which, I mean, let's be frank. I think we still win this game, but them having an injured QB kind of made it a non-competitive match at a certain point. Recruiting wise, I mean, it's going as good as I can expect. We're gonna get all of the 5-star guys, and it's not even close. I am stunned that like USC and Alabama just stopped going for these guys at a certain point instead of trying to at least put in money to try to catch back up, but they don't. All the 4 stars are going to be ours. Like we're going to have a really, really, really good recruiting group, which is what we need because even though we only have like less than 20% of our team are seniors, we have a decent amount of juniors and redshirt juniors that want to transfer. We're losing 6 guys on the front 7, 4 O linemen, 3 corners. Like, need to get that group replenished a little bit. And I think this recruiting group will do that. Of the draft concerns, it looks like Preston Diallo is gone. Daniel Tucker likely gone. Medina, it's a toss up. But we're getting McDonald back. We're getting Haynes. We're getting Ray, which is really good. And then, yeah, I mean, transfer risks. Really, the only 2 I care about is, I think one of these corners I'll definitely keep, and then I'll see. I think Derek Watkins, I just wish had some IQ or zone coverage ability, and I would definitely keep him. But he just that hasn't. Like his zone coverage has gone up by 6 since he was a recruit. His tackling's exploded to an 80, which is nice, but I don't know. I think maybe there's an argument I keep him, but we'll see. It doesn't make sense to keep both Javier and Julio because they're both redshirt sophomores and they both do the exact same thing. And Javier, I'm going to be honest with you, buddy. You're allowing 66% completion percentage against you. Like, I could save, about $600,000, a little bit less, by letting him enter the transfer portal again. And I'm honestly tempted. But we'll see. On that note, thank you all for watching this episode. I think the games went about as good as we can expect, with the only close one being the Notre Dame one for a bit. We've crushed the Mountain West, beat a very good Maryland team, things are looking really good. We have had some, injury things pop up. We've had two QBs get injured, which really is unfortunate. But Daniel Tucker being out for the season isn't nothing. Cody Sylvester really hurts our linebacker depth, but that is what it is. So appreciate all of you for checking this out. Next video will be next week where we will finish the 2033 season. Playoff run, likely possible. And we'll just see what happens because our contract is up at the end of this season. I signed a 6-year deal and it has been 6 years. Who knows? Who knows what I decide? But I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.